Good morning. Several years ago, I used to work with a group that kind of did community cleanups. We would help homeowners with simple repairs, cut the grass, clean up alley trash, trim bushes, clean up sticks, just kind of help people that couldn't. Adopt a Block, the name of the program. I was in Adopt a Block in St. Pete. It was in one of the poorer areas of our county. And they would set up a table and they would have different supplies that people would need. Food, hygiene kits, trying to think what else, but it's simple things that households, homeowners, single moms, diapers, I shouldn't say single moms and parents would need. And you could sign up to come out and help. This one day, I was with a lady I'd met, Hattie Williams. Miss Williams, she was absolutely fantastic. She only stood about 5 foot tall. And this was a black community that we were in. Hattie Williams was a black lady. And she introduced herself. You know, I'm Pastor Chris. How are you, ma'am? She said, hi, I'm Hattie Williams. I'm 86 years old and I only got one breast. Praise be to God. I said, yes, ma'am. And she was a spitfire. So I walked around with her. And we came to this one house, and we were told this is a drug dealer house. Fine. Lady that lived there let these people stay there, and there'd been some debris and grass needed to be cut. And there were, I forget, three. There's 2, 3, 4 people sitting on the front porch. And as we walk up to this house, Miss Williams sees this display on a telephone pole next to the house. And it's a bunch of liquor bottles and other stuff to whoever, somebody. And she looks at that, and she looks at them 3 boys on the porch, and she said, what's this? Oh, that's for our friend. What? That's to remember him. She said, with a bunch of liquor bottles, where's the cross of Jesus? And she said, if you want to honor your friend, you get all this stuff out of here and you put up the cross of Jesus. You do not honor anybody with a bunch of liquor bottles. And she starts taking these boys to task. And she's like, do you hear me? And what they did is they sat up straight, they looked at her, and they're saying, yes, ma'am. And she said, I'm going around this block. When I come back here, I better see these liquor bottles gone. I want to see the cross of Jesus here. And they're like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got to do some stuff at the house. All that's fine. But what made me think of this story is I've had a lot of questions about what do I think of the change in society where kids need to be shown the reality of, you know, who they are and choices, and you have transvestites and transsexuals and sexualizing kids, you know. What do I think of this? The reason I relate that story about Miss Williams is it reminds me, when I was asked this question, about a verse in Scripture, Proverbs 22:6. Proverbs 22:6 says, start children off on the way they should go, and even when they're old, they will not turn from it. When you dig down into this, some people read this as a promise. Book of Proverbs is a book of wisdom. You look at it like in the original Hebrew, and this was not really so much a promise as a warning. The warning being, train them up. or they will turn from it. If you let the kids do what they want to, or you let other people raise your children for you, that's what they're going to remember. See, these men that were there that Miss Williams was talking to, I don't know how old they were, 20s, 30s. And these are rough and tumble drug dealers. But they were raised right. They knew right from wrong. They knew the respect for their elders, and especially for the older women. And they remembered, because they sat up, they looked at her, they paid attention to her, they gave her their attention, and they treated her with respect. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will, ma'am. So my answer is to that question, what God said. Train up, well, King James, train up a child in the way that is right. What does it say here? Start children off. Start children off on the way they should go. So don't give this responsibility to others, be it the school, be it neighbors and friends, be it themselves. God gave us an awesome, awesome privilege. It doesn't mean they can't do what they want to do when they grow up. You know, these guys were drug dealers. That's not how their mama raised them. But by golly, they remembered when Miss Williams came around. So let me encourage you with that. And that's my answer. Little bit of passion. Guys, I'm Pastor Chris Ireland. Thanks for joining me on another poolside chat. Day late, last 2 days I've been up in Tallahassee. I didn't even tell you that. There was a fire safety conference on mass casualty incidents, mass shootings. It was a review of what had happened, and a review and best practices on how we as chaplains should integrate and help if and when another incident like this ever occurs. So thanks for indulging me. Thanks for being here. Let your friends know. Facebook, YouTube, and now on Rumble at FL Compass Church. I hope you join us, and we'll be back Saturday. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you then.